What is up, everyone? Welcome to the first video of a complete new series. We are going to make a full decentralized exchange. It's going to be a dynamic decentralized exchange, and we are going to build a front end in Next.js with Tailwind. So we basically are going to do a complete full stack project from A to Z, right? Solidity, tests, front end, connecting Metamask, swapping our tokens on our own code. That's what we're gonna do. That's what I'm gonna teach you. All right, so let's get started. So I already have this Hardhat project booted up. It's basically just installing Hardhat, npx Hardhat, and you are ready to go. The first thing we are going to do is create a new file. It's going to be dex.sol, and we're going to open up the log sol on the other side, so I can copy these pragma thingies. Then I'm going to say contracts. It's going to be contract dex. Yes, so basically this decentralized exchange, we are going to make this dynamic, right? So we're going to make it dynamic so we can register new pools to the exchange, right? A bit similar like Uniswap. So we can say, for example, let's create a new pool, USDC ship or something, right? It doesn't matter. It can be our own tokens. It literally doesn't matter. Just the thing you need to know that it's going to be dynamic, right? Next, so we're going to say something like, first of all, we're going to install, and I already opened this, Open Zeppelin. Very important, Open Zeppelin, because we have access to the contracts. We can use ERC20, SafeMat, and all that good stuff. You should use it all the time. So let's paste that really quick in. All right, I think we're good. So what we're going to do is copy this thingy, and we're going to paste it in, but we're going to change this 7 to 1 to ERC20, right? All right, so we need pools. So we're going to make a mapping of, I'm going to make it a string, and it's going to map to an ERC, no, it's going to map to a pool. And we're going to call this a public pools. Yes, and we're going to make a struct also, and you will see why. I'm going to make a struct pool, and this is going to have an ERC20 token A and an ERC20 token B, right? Because we're going to swap A with B and B with A. That's what we're going to do. And normally, I already have like a kickoff stream for the DEX series, but I'm going to make this episode back from the start because we're going to use a little bit of different terms. And we are not going to use the bonding curve anymore. We are going to use the constant product to price the tokens, because a bonding curve is kind of similar, right? It's a formula, but the bonding curve, in my opinion, is a little bit better because the constant product is the relationship between two pools, right? But the bonding curve is the relationship between the supply and the price of a token, which could work because everything will be arbitraged, right, in the decentralized exchanges. But I really want to have, which makes sense, the correlation between the two tokens in the pool, if that makes sense. All right, so what we're gonna do, we have this mapping pools, that's good. We're gonna make a function because we're gonna register them, add them to the exchange. We're gonna call this register pool. We're going to say ERC20 token A and also ERC20 token B. Yes, we're going to make this a public. Cannot be a view, cannot be a pure, because we're going to adjust the state. We're going to say string memory symbol A is going to be token A symbol. Like this. I'm going to do the same thing for B, because we want to name our pool. And I think we could just concatenate these. Let me quickly type this out. Pool name is going to be string concat symbol A with symbol B, right? So basically what happens is, semicolons, we're going to take these two tokens to register a new pool, And then we're going to take the tickers, the symbols actually, from these two tokens, and we concatenate them, right? And then we have something like USDC ship, right? Or something like that. Could be anything. And then we can say pools, pool name is going to be a pool. Yes. And we're going to say that token A is going to be, token A is going to be token A. And of course, token B is going to be token B, right? And what we also could do is actually make something like a bool is open. For two reasons. It could be that we are closing our pool. I don't know why. Always a good idea to have something like that. But also to check, if you want to check if a key already exists in a map, it's hard to do. So what you could do is actually make a bool, and then you can check for the bool, for example. I don't know if that makes sense, but sometimes things don't make sense. So we're going to say is open. It's going to be true. Wait, what's going on here? Yes, all good, all good. So we can register a pool. So quickly, what we're going to do is, and we're going to build a front end and everything. It's going to be amazing. I already see it for me. Connect our Metamask and all that good stuff. We're going to make a test. We're going to say dex.js. And I'm going to open up the log.js. And we're going to say describe like this dex. We're going to make this you know what I want to say. It should work. Just to test, that's going to be an async function like this, and then we're going to copy paste some stuff. We're going to copy the signers. Let's copy this real quick. We're going to change this to dex, change this to dex, and then we're going to say const dex is await dex deploy, right? And we could change the constructor later on. It doesn't really matter. Is this going to work? Let's see. Console.log dex. Maybe just the address like this. All right, then we could do npx hard hat test, right, to see. Cool, all working. I'm going to give you a quick tip. Let's open up package.json. And what we're going to do is we're going to make a scripts thingy like this. And we're going to say test. And we're going to say npx hard hat test. And maybe we can make compile also and say npx hard hat compile. Right, so we could do then yarn test, which is much faster. Oh, yeah, of course, because it's scripts. I need to learn these things type correctly. Yarn test, that should work. Is working, and then we can also do something like yarn compile, and that should also work. Yes, nothing to compile because the guy is right. Dexel. So this is working. The test on the other side, maybe. Okay. So the next thing that we're going to do is I want to register, right? We want to register a pool, a new pool, but we need to have tokens, right? We need to have tokens, real ERC20 addresses. Otherwise, it won't actually make any sense. In order to do that, we should actually make separate files. But for now, let's make it in this file. You can always move things around when we want. And let's make a contract. We call this USDC is ERC20 like this. We're going to extend from ERC20. We're going to say constructor like this. We say uwin256 is going to be an initial supply. We're going to say ERC20 and then we say USDC. Yeah, USDC, why not? All right, and then we're going to mint the initial supply to the MSG sender, and we're going to say the initial supply. Is this working? Yes, right. So what we are doing, we are creating a new token and we are minting the initial supply we're going to give it to the deployer of the contract, if that makes sense. We're going to make another one, and we're going to make this the GG token, right? To bring some honor to my channel. This is going to be GG token. Let's do this. And we call this GG, right? All right. So the next thing we're going to do in our tests is basically deploy these tokens, right? So we're going to say here, deploy the test ERC20 tokens so we can actually register. All right. This is going to be USDC token. This, no, is it? Let's rename this. Like this. And then we're going to say const USDC token, small caps is going to be a weight. USDC token deploy with the initial supply, but doesn't exist. I'm going to make this const initial supply is going to be ethers, utils, parse, units. I'm going to deploy 100. Can we actually do this? I think so. 8. Like this. We're going to copy and do the same thing for, I know it's a little bit of bootstrapping, but hey, we need to do this stuff, right? GG token. We're going to get the GG token contract. And then we're going to say GG token. That should work. USDC token, what do I miss? Let's test. That's always the best thing. Test. Yarn. Test. Okay. Parse units. I'm so sorry. Let's clear yarn test. Value must be a string. Okay, that's what I was thinking actually when I did it. It's going to say 108 decimals. Yarn test. Cool, all working fine. So we have our tokens booted up. So now we can actually say const, no, we can say await like this, and then say dex register pool. And we're going to register basically the USDC token address and the GG token. What's going on? Address like this, right? And what we can also do is import hardhat console.sol, not .log, but .sol. I know, sometimes my muscle memory types log. And we're going to say console, a new pool registered. Yes, registered, right? And can we say something like pool name or something? Let's see what's going on. New pool registered, USDC. That's bad. That's because we copied. We didn't. What the hell is going on? That's because we make a big mistake. We need to do GG token deploy, right? Yarn test and see if everything works. Yes. So we're going to make a test. We're going to actually make a test. Let me open up It's the lock.js rather. So I'm gonna copy this expecting from chai basically. Quit this. So we're gonna say after we register, we want to say expect await. And we're gonna say dex pulls. Wait, can we actually? Well, we can do it like to see if it's working. We could do USDC and GG, and we want to say is open to equal true, and then we know that actually everything works. Expected undefined to yeah. What is going on here? Text pools, USDC GG. USDC GG. Wait, let me first of all, to see what's going on, I'm going to say dex pools USD. Man, I always get dyslexic with these things. And we need to say await, right? Await. Yes, like this, and then say yarn test. X is not defined. My X is not defined. Right, so we get this is open true. So why can I not call this thing? That's weird. That's something I let me say pool equals await dex pools USDC GG, right? Wait, this we say pool, right? This is the same thing. Yarn test once again. All right, that's the same thing. So why can I not say is open? Why can I not do this? I can. I'm confused. Anyway, it doesn't really matter because we can say easily expect. And maybe it's a, wait, I think I know what's going on. No, it's not. That doesn't matter. We're going to say expect pool is open to, can we say be truth or something? I don't know. Let's say equal true. It doesn't matter. I don't know these things on the top of my head. To equal true. Should work, no? All right, that's good. Not quite sure why we couldn't do this in a one-liner. I'm confused. So this test is okay. All right, the next thing we need to do is to make a couple things. We're going to make a function. We're going to call this function deposit. We're going to deposit to a string call data. It's going to be the pool name. We're gonna say the token we want to deposit, which is an ERC20. It's gonna be the token, and then we're gonna say a uint256. It's gonna be the amount. It's gonna be a public, and that's it. We're also gonna do the same thing as withdraw. Withdraw is the same thing, and we're also going to make a function swap, right? So if you want to swap, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna give it a string call data, pool name, the token, which is basically the quote token, right? It's going to be an ERC20. You always bind the base and providing the token. So what we could, so basically in a pair, in a trading pair, the base is something you buy and the quote is something you provide, right? The same thing like BTC USD. BTC is the base and USD is the quote. So we're giving USD to buy BTC. The same thing is here, where we're going to provide a quote so we can buy the base. We swap with the base, if that makes sense. Quote token, and of course a uint, how many you want to swap is going to be uint 256256 amount, right? And then we say public, like this. So we're gonna make these placeholders, right? All right, deposit. So how is this gonna work is, if you want to, so basically we're gonna have pools. These pools need liquidity, right? We're gonna have give the people the option to deposit and to withdraw. And after we finished the first basic functions, we can also calculate some staking rewards, right? It's basically some deposit staking, could be the same word, could be the same function name, right? So people can provide liquidity, and in return for that, they will basically be harvesting interest. All right? That's what we're going to make. And we're going to build a nice UI on top, like I mentioned, with Tailwind, Next.js, React, all that cool stuff. So you basically have a complete understanding of the whole Web3 thing. If you know this, you know you can do anything, right? You will get hired. Pinky swear. Connect Metamask and everything. It's going to be the whole shebang. Deposit. We're going to say token transfer from, we're going to do checks. So if you'd say, yeah, but you don't require checks. Yeah, we're going to do, no worries. Transfer from the MSG sender to address this, the amount. If that makes sense, right? And what we're also going to do is do require. We're going to require, first of all, if the pool name is open. And actually, we could make a guard for this. Pool is not we're going to say pool is not pool does not exist, or is not opened, or is closed, whatever. We don't need to check if he has enough balance, because that will be checked by ERC20, you know. Then we're going to transfer, and then we're going to do some bookkeeping. So basically, although ERC20 is tracking the balance of a user is ERC20 token, but we need to have a separate balance, a separate bookkeeping administration, how many tokens that user has provided to our pool, right? So we're going to say mapping, mapping You're going to say mapping address of the user. You're going to map that to another mapping, which is going to be an ERC20, and we're going to map that to the balance, right? uint 256. I'm going to call this a public just for testing purposes. We're going to call this public pool token balances. Yeah, that's nice. Like this. And maybe we should actually have a total supply, but we could use our own contract. Yeah. That should be good. Yes, so we're going to say pool balances of MSG sender of this token is going to be plus equals, no. Yeah, well, yes, sir. It's going to be plus equals amount, right? And it's pool token balances. I forgot. Okay. So let's test the deposit function. So we're going to say const deposit amount is going to be ethers utils parse units. I'm going to say 1 like this, and then we're going to say expect pool dex await. Wait, first of all, can we please first deposit? Yes. Await dex deposit. You're gonna deposit to USDC GG, right? We're gonna deposit, let's deposit USDC token, right? Yeah, why not? Stable coin, eh? It should be address, or we're gonna get an ENS thingy error. And then the amount, which is the deposit amount, right? You're gonna expect if that DEX pool token balances of the USDC GG token. No. Of the owner, because we're sending with owner, right? And if that does not make sense, so basically what happens is we have these ethers get signers, which basically gets the people that's going to sign the transactions we are sending. And the first one we have here is the owner and the other account, right? Another account is another account we can use to connect and do transactions in his address. But the owner is going to be the one that has deployed the contract and is going to sign all the transactions we are executing here. So we deposit with our owner address, right? So now we're going to check if the pool balance of this owner address of this USDC token address should be equal to the deposit amount. Let's test this. Yarn test. Insufficient allowance. Very good. So luckily ERC20 comes with a spec, a protocol that we need to allow people spending our money. We give them an approval for a certain amount. Same thing that if you need to go to the night shop for some beers, but I have COVID, so I cannot leave the house. I give you my approval I give you my 20 euros so you can buy those beers, right? That's the same thing. And I don't have COVID and I don't drink too much beer, but still, it was the first thing that came to my mind, to be honest. All right, so we need to approve. So we're going to deposit just before this deposit. We're going to say USDC token approve. We're going to approve DEX address for the deposit amount. All right, why? Because the DEX, so the owner will execute this approve, so we know whose balance we're going to approve for, the owner. Who are we going to approve the DEX address? Why? Because if we go to our contract, we're transferring. Who is transferring this contract? Who is calling this transfer from? Exactly, our DEX contract, right? So we need the DEX address. Man, my use is itchy. So we approve this. That should actually work. Yarn test. Yes, all Gucci. So the next thing we're going to do is withdraw. We're going to say the same thing. That's why we're going to make this, but we're going to do this in the next episode actually. This guard. I call this a guard. So you can guard the function. We're going to also require basically that the pools token balances of the MSG, actually we can't, we need to do it like this. MSG sender for the token he is actually want to transfer should be bigger or equal than the amount he's going to transfer. right? So what is this? Pools. It's pool. So basically, we have track how many. Let's say you spent. Let's say Bob spends deposit 50 USDC. So we maybe he has millions of USDC. I don't know, but he deposited 50 into the pool, and he's willing to withdraw 60. He can't, right? Because he only deposited 50. So we need to keep track. So we need to also check if his pool balance, that even though the pool balance is bigger than this $50 he deposited, but he can only withdraw what he deposited, right? And maybe with some extra rewards, but these are going to be claimed. These, you will see, Hold on. All right, so what we're gonna do is the same thing. We're gonna say the token transfer from, and we're gonna transfer from address this to MSG sender and the amount, right? That's what we're gonna do. We're also gonna say that the pool token balances for the MSG sender of the token is going to be minus amount, right? Because he's withdrawing, so we need to do this check. And we need to approve, but because we can approve from in the contract, so we can say token approve, because we are transferring from our own address, right? So we can approve ourselves, basically. That's the short thing. So we're going to say approve the same thing, address this, we're going to MSG sender amount. Wait. We need to actually, we need to do this. My bad. Boom. Boom. And now we need to call this, right? So we're going to say DEX withdraw. Like this. Let's withdraw the complete deposit amount, right? And let's expect something. I'm going to say expect, it should be 0, right? Because if we deposit 50 and we withdraw 50, we have 0 left. Is that true? So we can check that the pool token balances is empty, right? But what we also can check is basically expect. Wait, let's first test this, right? First things first, yarn test. All right, that works. We can also expect basically that the await USDC token balance of DEX address to equal 0, right? Make run. This, it's not true. Too much golang. Yarn test. All right. Cool. All right. So we basically can deposit, we can withdraw, we tested everything. To make this even cleaner, what we could do is I'm thinking I want to remove these tokens, to be honest, into their own. Let's make a new file. Let's call this tokens.sol. Yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to basically copy this, and this. And then we copy these two bad boys here. Hop. And paste them. I made a mistake. Wait. I made too many mistakes. I fucked it up completely. No worries. Like this. And yes. Whoa. I'm so sorry. Alright. So we're gonna make these tokens .sol, so we can actually dump all our tokens in there to keep it more separation of concerns, if you know what I mean. Do we need this ERC20? Yes, we need, and we need them also here, right? Like this, maybe a space. And then we can say also import me, I think it's tokens.sol maybe. Is this all working fine or are we in trouble? Yarn test. All right, yes. So I think we can wrap it up for this episode. In the next episode, we are going to make our swap function, right? We're going to calculate the price based on the constant product, and we are going to make some more tests and maybe do the staking calculation and all that good stuff, or maybe already start our front end and all that good stuff. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. Give me a thumbs up, leave some questions in the comment, and if you really want some more help, join our Discord and we can all collaborate. Thanks for watching and see you in the next episode. Bye bye.